In this IELTS speaking test, there are 3 parts, and I will let you know before each part starts. Now, this is time for IELTS speaking part 1. In the speaking part 1, I would like to ask you some questions about yourself. What do you do? Are you a student or do you work?
Well, at the moment, I'm a student. I'm doing a Bachelor of Arts in English Language and Literature at MC College. I'm planning to do my Master's in the United States of America.
Okay, and why did you choose this subject?
Well, there's no something particular that fascinated me to choose this subject. When I was about to take a major for 4 years, I was clueless what to take. Then I decided that as I like history and novels, that it would be easier for me to take a major in English, and in the future, it will help me to.
Is it a common subject among the friends in your country?
I wouldn't say that, because there are very few people who can get a chance to get this subject. It's very competitive, and you have to have the knowledge and ability to handle the pressure of reading literature. Many people find it very difficult to graduate from this subject.
Right. So, do you have any plan to change this major in future?
No, at the moment, I am in my 4th year. Next year, I will be graduated for my department. So, no.
Okay. All right. Let's move to another topic now. In this IELTS speaking part 1, I would like to ask you some questions about science. Do you like science?
Yes, definitely. Science is something that makes me curious to know the nature and how things work. I'm very fascinated about space-related things like asteroids, planets, galaxy, multiverse, universe, that type of things. I always see science fiction movies.
Did you enjoy learning science in primary or high school?
Yes, definitely. When I was a kid, I used to wonder a lot being around nature. Used to think that how did it happen, how we come to happen and existed, and what is the purpose, and how the sky is not falling into our head, over our head. These are the things that used to wonder me a lot.
Okay. Do you think it's important to study science?
Yes, definitely. Absolutely. You know what? I think everyone should emphasize the importance of learning science-related subject, tech-related subject. As a human being or species, intellectual species, we need to evolve with the passing of time, and to continue our existence, we need to learn more and more about the nature and the science.
All right. Is science an important subject in your country?
Yes, I think so. As far as I'm concerned, everyone, wherever you go in educational institutions, you'll find that people are talking about science-related subject, and everyone try to major in a science-related subject, because you will be more respected, valued, and get a good job and have a good, secure and meaningful life.
How can we encourage students to like science?
I think there are so many things we can do. First of all, the lecturer should be like an enthusiastic lecturer. He should find out some language stimulating learning activities, so that he can encourage students not to we have to make sure their students are not getting bored. We need to find out ways, and that's how they can feel that, oh, it's fun, enjoyable.
All right. Thank you very much. That is the end of our speaking part 1. So now we will move to our speaking part 2. So in our speaking part 2, I'll be giving you a cue card, and you'll be given 1 minute for your preparation. If you want to make notes, you are allowed to take 1 minute, okay? Yeah. So here's the pencil, so white page, and here's the cue card. Describe a time when you helped your friend. I'm sorry for a small scratch. Okay, thank you. Your 1 minute time starts now. Okay, try to speak for at least 2 minutes, but remember one thing, you shouldn't stop unless I stop you.
Okay.
You can start.
So there are so many occasions I helped so many people in my life, and I'm the kind of person who always try to find out ways to help people, and that's how I feel a kind of sense of satisfaction. So last time, as far as I can remember, I helped one of my friends, whose name is Boktir, who was preparing himself for the SSA examinations. He was not very good at English and was finding it difficult to pass in the examinations. So he was like hopeless and was about to give up from his dream. And then he shared everything with me, and I said, well, I'm very good at speaking English and I know everything in English. And the first thing is you have to think that English is a language, first of all, and try to figure out what are the problems, and then, you know, come up with best solutions and take consistent action, and then you will be able to, you know, make your dream comes true. And then I started teaching him like gerund, participle, participle speech, tenses, and different forms of verbs, and this types of things. And one by one, I cover all the points and types of questions so that he can solve easily, so that he can make think that, oh, okay, I'm gonna make the examinations. It's very easy for me. And then ultimately, when he took the exam, he was kind of nervous, and after the examination, I was waiting for him in front of the education institution where he was taking the test, and he was like smiling, seeing my face, and I said, well, you've nailed it. I think I knew that you're gonna do it, and I believe that in the future, facing difficult challenges like this can lead to personal growth, and this experience instilled in him a newfound confidence and a belief in the hard work and dedication. And this experience also taught me something that, yeah, we can do whatever we want with consistent action and discipline.
Thank you. Thank you very much. You have covered the time, so there is the end of our speaking part 2. I'm taking the papers and the pencil back. Thank you. And keep this. All right. As we have done our speaking part 1 and 2, this is time for our speaking part 3. In this our speaking part 3, I would like to ask you some general questions related to the cue card that I have given you.
Yeah.
What do you think? How do people usually help one another?
There are so many ways. If we're talking about education related, we help them by collecting different resources, course materials, assignments, completing their assignments, and giving them right strategies and right tips. And the first of all thing, in all areas, we can help people by giving them confidence, and we need to make them themselves that, okay, you know, life is a journey, and we're going to face difficult challenges, and we need to overcome these challenges, no matter what, how difficult them. And another possible way how we can help them is that instead of just giving them some tips and tricks, we can work with them and give them hands-on experience, and that's how they can overcome any problem, whatever they are facing.
Okay. How is online help different from real-life help?
Could you please explain these questions?
What are the differences between getting help online and getting help in real life?
Okay, I think there's a dramatic changes and I would say differences. First of all, in online, we can get the solution, some tips and some ways to alleviate a problem, but we're not getting hands-on experiences, some real-life experiences. And like when as I'm preparing myself for IELTS examinations, I get some tips and tricks from some tutorials, and until I start practicing them, it's just kind of watching videos. Okay, but when I'm taking a test with in real life with a teacher, he can give me some strategies and give me some feedback that what are my weaknesses and how can I turn my weakness into strength. And so there's a great difference, I would say.
Okay. Can you mention some of the names of the professions where cooperation is very important?
almost in every sectors, cooperation, collaboration is very important. To name some fields where cooperation is very important would be like science-related things, science fields. When it comes to discovering something, we are human beings. We don't know everything. We're not expert in every field, and some people are expert in one field, and and other people are expert in other fields. So we need to collaborate and come up with the latest findings and updates so that update our develop our existence and lifestyles, and we can make the best use of our time.
Okay. Do you think nowadays people are more helpful compared to the people of the past time?
Well, I think I'm on the fence. On the one hand, I feel like that, yeah, kind of people are more enthusiastic to help each other than the past. It was very difficult to get some feedback, some solutions to solve a problem in the past. But nowadays, we can just make a status or upload a video, to find some real life solutions. So there will be so many people, they will try to write some ways to solve a problem in the comment section, so it's very easy. But on the other side, people are like in these days more self-centered and self-absorbed, and they think that my problem is my problem and other people's problems are other people's problems, and we don't have to think about other people, and that's a counterproductive effect of today's lifestyles, in today's fast-paced lifestyles. And we need to think positively and be cooperative, and that's how we can live a meaningful life.
Should schools teach students to be cooperative in the schools?
Yes, definitely. School is the place where we learn manners, values, attitudes, what is right, what is wrong, everything we learn from there, and they shape our thoughts, knowledge, and broaden our horizons. So this is the place. Our teachers should be so loving and caring. They should teach us, they should persuade us to follow the right thing. They should convince us the logical reason, and to love each other, to cooperate each other. And when someone is needed a hand, we need to give a hand. Like, for example, when I was a student of high school, I had a teacher whose name is Poritu Sarkar. He used to teach me that whatever situation you're now, whatever experience you're having right now, if someone try to get some help from you, you should be ready enough every time, because this is the most selfish thing you can do for yourself, because if you help someone, Allah will help you in another way.
Thank you very much. So that is the end of the speaking test. So I'll take a few seconds to look on the notes and I'll give you feedback on the performance you have done.
Yes.
Now there are 4 criteria in marking for our speaking test: fluency and coherence, pronunciation, lexical research, and grammatical ranges and accuracies. So I appreciate you used different and variety of vocabularies. Even some of the metaphoric language you used, need a hand, and board in the horizon. There are so many things, and it's not possible for us to write down everything.
Yeah.
Because I will just write down the core points where I can mark somebody and where I can make judgment. Even in the final examination, an examiner will not mark everything, and he will not note everything that is spoken by an examinee.
Yeah.
So I'm very satisfied with the range of vocabularies, challenges, then give up and figure out, consistent action, satisfaction, sense of satisfaction, so many things. So in the vocabulary sections, I'm really satisfied. Let's talk about fluency and coherence. You connected the sentences, although you repeatedly use some of the words, like definitely, like.
Yeah. Okay.
It just becomes a habit when we do it continuously. It's not a major problem, but if we have alternative, for example, you try to alter the word with obviously. But first you use
like I think so.
Yeah. According to my knowledge, from my perspective.
I might add that because of the exam pressure, I'm the
excitement.
Excitement. I can perform better than that, I think.
And So in vocabulary section, whatever I was talking about fluency and coherence. Let's talk about fluency and coherence. I liked the way you covered all the relevant information. I mean, answer the question with relevant information. I'm satisfied as an examiner. But one thing I would like to suggest you, not say it's not a mistake, but I'm suggesting you. In speaking part 3, you just I felt that in some of the points you added some information which would be better if you could avoided them. For example,
Like I should generalize more than personalization.
you advised in some of the points where advice is not necessary.
Yeah.
For example, I asked you a question regarding to comparison. I asked who are more cooperative, the past people or the present people. You could just have showed some differences, nothing else. You will just advise that people should do that. So I'm not saying it's a wrong thing. I would say that if you could have avoided, it would be more.
I need to be more relevant.
Okay, were relevant. You were relevant, obviously relevant, but examiners are always greedy. They expect the best thing to get the best score. Fluency and coherence, I'm satisfied also in that section, but the point I mentioned in some of the answers, just you can shorten with just what should I say, core points. I don't need to add some extra point. So let's talk about grammar. I noted some of the things that you try to use different grammatical ranges, whatever, so that, when, where. So that's clear that you used a different range of grammars. But I think passive were somehow not often seen. So
Okay, so
maybe you tried.
I didn't use any of the ranges of the grammar intentionally. I just
naturally.
I just try to focus on my communication.
Passive is important, crucial.
Yeah,
in our examination, passive is crucial. Although you didn't use conditional, but conditional is not mandatory.
Yeah, that's great. That's one of the great feedback I can get. Passive voice.
Passive voice.
I didn't think about it. I just thought that maybe diagram in writing or writing section, other section, I could use passive.
In writing, we are using different types of grammars. I would say very.
Yeah, I should say it is predicted. These types of sentence I should say.
But in speaking, when we just lose the concentration that I'm in a speaking test and I must use some passive voice, we forget it when we speak. But when we write, we keep that in mind. But because it's very easy when we write, we have enough time to think. Okay, so passive voice was missing. Actually, I was looking for that, but it didn't came. And some minor mistakes you made. For example, you said every sector. So it will be every sector because after every there will be a single word.
Yeah.
Not a plural word. Then you said everyone try. It will be everyone tries. You said science make me. It will be science makes me. So the problem is subject verb agreement. Otherwise, I don't find any. One point I cover. Sorry. Yes. Maybe you said he covered or I cover, whatever. The verb was cover. It will be covered as you were talking about something about past. Maybe your friend's examination. But you used that in present tense. But that would be
past tense.
Okay, all right. So this time for scoring. As I told you earlier, 0.5 may varies.
Yeah.
Okay. So with this performance, I'll give you absolutely for 7.5.